Good morning and welcome to Vlogmas day 7, I believe. I am, as you can see, in my car. I'm about to head to the grocery store real quick to get some wrapping paper because today is finally the day that we're doing Secret Santa with the book club, which means that we are all gathering, which does not happen every month. We always talk every month, but not everyone is always able to be here physically because 2 of our members live further away. So that's super exciting, and of course doing Secret Santa is super exciting, and yeah, I'm just very excited for this day. And yeah, I did some heatless curls last night, so my hair is looking a little bit crazy, so I put half of it up for now while it kind of settles a little bit. And whenever I get home from the grocery store, we're gonna open up our next advent calendar little task. So that's also very exciting, and yeah, we're just gonna make a good weekend out of this. And as you may be able to see, I'm super excited for this one. I hope you are too. Thank you so much for joining me for another day of Bookmas, and let's see what this weekend has to offer us. I'm back home and I have a few updates for you guys before I leave. I'm heading out in about an hour, but first of all, my current read, A Court of Wings and Ruin. I did actually make quite a bit of progress yesterday because I started to listen to the dramatized audiobook while reading, which made me a lot more invested and focused. So I did that for quite a while and I read over 100 pages, so I'm currently on chapter 28, page 291. So I think I'm like 40% for the book, and I am definitely still really enjoying this. I think like at the moment this is my favorite in the series for now, so let's see if it stays that way. But I am super excited to continue that later on tonight. I have also just gathered everything that I need to bring with me to the book club meeting. So obviously I have the book we read this month and then the book we're reading next month. I always like to bring that with me in case we want to discuss that. Of course, I have the Secret Santa book that I will be giving. I also bought some Christmas wrapping paper because we are wrapping the gifts there just to make sure that no one can see who got what, because we do want to guess and not be able to figure it out. So I bought this so we can all use the same wrapping paper, and I bought like a papery one because we are using stamps that I'm also bringing with me to stamp on the names so we can't figure it out based off of people's handwriting. So I got that this morning, and then obviously I have the book. I got The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros for Nicole, who I got for Secret Santa, as well as a little bookmark and a little like book, I don't know what you want to use it for, like a keychain or something. I thought it was cute to have with. I just put it on the bookmark for now so I don't lose it. And then I also chose some tabs that fit the color of the book so she can annotate, and for that as well I also have this friction highlighter. I hadn't seen these before, but they're like the friction clickers but highlighters that you can erase, and I thought this color matched the best with the book, so that's what I'm giving her, which I'm so excited about. I hope she likes the book. We are reading the books that we are getting in the month of January for book club, so we are all reading different books in January, which is also exciting. And we have both read The Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros earlier this year, I think. Maybe she read it end of last year, but she really loved it, and she loved like a more sad book, and I think that this one gives kind of similar vibes, and obviously it's even the same author, so I'm very excited to give her this, and I don't think she's expecting to receive this. I'm not sure, maybe she does, but obviously she doesn't know that I picked her or that I got her, so I'm super excited. And then I did also prepare some, like a little quiz for book club. So I went on my computer this morning and I made like this little who's most likely to, with 25 questions, because one of our book club members only joined this summer, so she hasn't been in this book club for as long as the rest of us. So I definitely want to get to know her more and make sure that she gets to know us more. So I am excited to do this kind of thing. We did it in book club like a year and a half ago, I think, but then she wasn't in book club, and I think one of the other members also wasn't in our book club. So I'm very excited about that as well. And this will be a little surprise for them, so they don't know that I've done this. So that's also very exciting. And that leads us to our advent calendar. We have to open up day number 7 for today to see what we're doing. I hope it's not a super intense one, because obviously I will be gone for a few hours today. Let's see. Here we have box number 7. Listen to an audiobook while baking something Christmassy. I think I might want to do this one tomorrow, actually, because I don't think I have time to bake something today. So what I will do is I will pick tomorrow's one as well, and then I'll do tomorrow's one today, and then I will bake something Christmassy and listen to an audiobook tomorrow, because tomorrow I have the whole day free. So I hope that's okay with you. But that means that we are also opening up a number 8. So that says, share a bookish this or that. Okay, that is doable. I will do that later on tonight. I will just find a random this or that online, and then share what my thoughts are, just so you guys can get to know me a bit better. That's actually fun. So you guys are gonna have to stay tuned for that, as well as the Christmas baking tomorrow, but it's all in the same video, so I hope that's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go and change and prepare for book club and then head out there. I'm super excited. I hope you guys are too. Good morning and welcome to day 8 of Bookmas. I did not update you anymore after book club because I was exhausted and I still have this lingering migraine, but we had such a good time, and the girl who got my book, so Nicole, she loved it and she was actually thinking of buying it herself, so that was definitely a hit. And I also got a book, of course. So I got The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna, which is perfect. I also got this little magnetic bookmark, which was super cute. And I'm so excited about this because Kristen Hanna has become my favorite author, and I actually ordered this a while ago, but Amazon sent me like the pocket version, so like a very small version, and I wanted it to match my other Kristen Hanna books. So I was really upset with them, and I ended up getting a refund, but now I finally have it in the format that I want, and I haven't read it yet, so this is perfect. So this is the book that I will be reading for book club in January, because we are reading the books that we received in the month of January, and I'm super excited about this. So I'm so happy and grateful for that, and just for the evening in general. Like, we did our Secret Santa, we obviously discussed Babel, which everyone in the book club gave it 5 stars, which hasn't happened since The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna in the month of February this year. So that's actually kind of amazing and not fully unexpected, because it was an amazing read. But yeah, so if you have Babel, or if you have been wanting to read it but you feel intimidated by it, don't. It's actually not that intimidating at all, and it's a beautiful story, and it hit hard for all of us. So yeah, we all gave it 5 stars, which is amazing. And then I do also have an update about A Court of Wings and Ruin, because since I started to do like an immersive read with the graphic audiobook while reading it, I have been flying through this. So I actually managed to read like over 100 pages last night after I got home. So I'm now more than halfway through. I'm on page 396 and chapter 42, and I'm still really enjoying it. The action is definitely starting, but I still follow what's happening, because for me that can be hard sometimes, because I don't see pictures in my head while reading, which some other people do, so fantasy can be hard for me, but this one is definitely easy to understand in my opinion, and I'm very excited to keep reading this and to find out what's gonna happen. And then, since I obviously did not share a bookish this or that yesterday, I thought I would just do that today, and then hopefully tonight my boyfriend and I are going on a little road trip soon, because he found a car that he wants to look at, so it's 2.5 hours there and then 2.5 hours back. So I'm not sure if I will be able to do any Christmas baking, but if not, I will do that tomorrow and just add it into this vlog. But I will try to do it tonight. But I have pulled up a little this or that bookish edition to discuss with you guys, just so you can get to know me a little bit better. So the first one is paperback or hardcover, and I feel like for everyone it's clearly almost everyone is clearly paperback. However, I do actually enjoy a hardcover because, like, with this book for example, like, I don't break spines. Like, that's a big no for me, and no one who borrows my books is allowed to break or crack my spines. So this book is kind of difficult to read without like bending or cracking the spine because it's so thick, and like these books are stiff. So I do actually enjoy a hardback, but sometimes it is harder to hold, so I guess I will say paperback, but if they're floppy, and otherwise hardback, because for thick books it's just impossible to not crack the spines otherwise, and I refuse to crack spines. Slow reader or fast reader, and I have been debating about this because I don't think I'm a fast reader by any means. It takes me a while to get through books, especially fantasy books, but I'm also not that much of a slow reader. I think I read it on average like 50-60 pages an hour, which I think is pretty average. So I don't know, but if I have to choose one, I guess it's slow reading nowadays, because nowadays I don't stress reading books, I just want to enjoy them. And sometimes I read 60 pages an hour, sometimes 80, sometimes 40, and that's completely okay. And then we have standalone or series, and I love a good series because you get to know the characters, you are really immersed into the world. Like in ACOTAR, like the books just keep getting better because there is a found family, and there is like, we don't have to redo the world building, and once you finish a book you know that you have so much more to go in that world and with those characters, and I just love the comforting feeling of that. It's the same way with TV series for me, because like I don't watch movies that often because I don't know, like in series you just get to know the characters on a so much deeper level. So I think I would prefer series. Yeah, definitely. Buy or borrow, and as you can see I have quite a lot of books, so I love buying books. I have been better at not just buying, and I do also borrow books from my friends, so I would say I'm 50-50. Well, no, I'm more towards buy because I love buying books, but I also don't mind borrowing books from friends, and they actually consider my bookshelves as their personal library, so they love borrowing my books as well, and I love when they do that because, you know, the books get more use out of them. A night reader or day reader, and I'm definitely a day reader because I'm not a person who thrives at night. Like, I'm very tired in the evenings, so I love reading in the evenings, like before going to bed, but I usually am not able to read for long before I fall asleep. So I would say my focus and my energy is way better in the day. Read in bed or read on sofa. I'm actually a read on sofa person because if I read in bed I get tired and I don't know, I just can't get as comfortable, I guess. So I'm definitely a sofa reader, and I have a sofa here in my like book room, so this is usually where I do my reading, or in the sofa out there obviously, but I can focus better here because I don't have a TV, and I can just look at my books while reading, which is also very nice. Enemies to lovers or friends to lovers. I'm a sucker for like childhood friends to lovers, and I don't know why that is, but I feel like the romance is just more deep when it's like that. With music or without music. I think I focus better with music if it's music without words, and like, you know, like turning on a good read with me, for example. That really helps me focus. but I do read more often without music. So I don't know. I think with music, but I read more often without for some reason. One POV or multiple POV. If you would have asked me this when I first started reading and like when I read a lot of romances, I would have said multiple POV, but I do prefer one POV now, I think, because we just get so much more from that main character. And my friend has kind of turned me into a one POV kind of person, because she always says like, I want the author to show me what's happening and not tell me, which is kind of more the case with multiple POV. So I do love a one POV book nowadays. And then last question, long chapters or short chapters? And I do definitely prefer short chapters, and I get a lot more reading done that way. Like in Babel, the chapters were so long, and that's fine. But whenever I'm like, okay, can I do like one more chapter before stopping, one more chapter? That's just not the case with those kind of books, because if I look and I see that the next chapter is like 30 pages, that's a commitment. And then I'm like, okay, no, I'm just gonna put it down, because I cannot read 30 more chapters before stopping with reading. Well, if there would have been like 5 more chapters, I would have like, okay, one more, or 5 pages in a chapter. So I definitely prefer short chapters, because it just motivates me more to keep going, if you know what I mean. So that's my little bookish this or that. We are headed out now for a little road trip. I will bring you guys along with me, of course, and then once we get back, I will do some Christmas baking, which I'm very excited about as well. I'm not sure what I'm gonna bake yet. It depends on how much time I have, I think, but I have some ideas, so that's gonna be fun. Good evening. I literally just got home and it's past 10 in the evening, so the updates have not been great today. I have obviously not baked today. I'm back with my little baby girl. So I'm sorry about that. However, as I mentioned before, I will make sure to bake something Christmassy tomorrow instead, and I will put that into today's vlog. So hopefully that kind of makes up for it. I did almost finish Atomic Habits on my way back, because he did end up buying the car, so I had to drive home by myself and he had to drive the new car. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna listen to the last like 15 minutes while I clean up a little bit here, and I will update you how that one was as well in this vlog, so at least we have a little bit more content. I think we still have some content, but yeah. I'm gonna let my little girl go out and pee, and I will listen to the rest of the audiobook and get back to you. I'm super tired, but it's been a long day. Okay, update. I've finished Atomic Habits, and it's the first like self-help book that I've read, and also one of the first non-fiction books, maybe even the first one, at least since I was a kid. And it was not my thing, I would say. I think the things that were mentioned were pretty obvious, but that might be because of that, or just because I don't have the need right now to like change my habits or whatever. I don't want to rate it since it's a non-fiction one and it's a self-help book, and if it helps you, I think that's great. But for me, I did forget to listen a lot of the times because I just was not interested. However, I am happy to cross it off of my 25 books to read in 2025, as well as my book bingo thingy, like a non-fiction book. And I am glad that I did listen to it. I mean, he has some valid and good points that are good to think about. It's just that for me right now, I don't think it will apply to me that much. But yeah, I have been wanting to read it for a long time, so I'm happy that I have done that. And I definitely recommend if you are looking to change your habits or change your way of living, I guess. But yeah, not really my thing. But I'm happy I read it anyway. So yeah, I think that's it for now, and I will just go to bed soon because I'm very tired, and then tomorrow morning I'll go to the store, get some stuff, and then do some Christmas baking with you guys. Good morning. The time has finally come to do some Christmas baking. I decided on making it a little bit easy for myself. So I got this mix for mjuk pepparkaka. So this is basically like, directly translated, a soft gingerbread, I guess. And these are super good. So I thought I would make this. But then to make it a little bit more special, I am going to make it with like a little cream cheese and powdered sugar frosting. So hopefully that will be good. So I've taken out a little like gingerbread man baking form that we're gonna bake it in, so to make it extra Christmassy. So hopefully it will turn out good. And of course I will take you guys along with me as I bake. I have been debating on which audiobook to listen to because I finished Atomic Habits yesterday, so I could start a new one, or I could continue one that I have been listening to. So I obviously could continue cottagecore, but I think I want to continue doing the immersive read for that one just to make sure that I don't get lost. So I want to wait with that one. And I could also continue The Woman in the Window, I think it's called. But that one just didn't really hook me, so, and I have it physically as well, so I could read that physically at some point. So I think what I'm landing on is maybe I'll read Carrie by Stephen King, because I still need to cross off the letter C in my alphabet challenge for my book journal, so that would be a win-win, I think. So I think I'm going to be listening to Carrie by Stephen King while baking. Not very Christmassy at all, but I'm excited to listen to that one and to hop into another Stephen King. I've obviously seen the movie, but I have not read the book yet. So I think that's what we're gonna do, and we are going to bake my little soft gingerbread. Yeah, so I'm gonna plug in my earphones and get to it. So that was our attempt of baking a cute little gingerbread man. Obviously, he's a very sad one because he was ripped in two, as well as his arm fell off. I think my mistake was that I took him out of the form before it was ready, and I also didn't cut like the other side because it was bulking out a little bit before putting it on a plate, so it was bulkier in the middle, which means that he I don't know. He kind of fell apart, but you know, it's the thought that counts and the taste that counts, and I think it will taste great. We will try it later today, so that will probably be in the next Bookmas video, so stay tuned for that. But I had fun while doing it, and I had a cozy little morning listening to my audiobook. My boyfriend got to wake up to the scent of freshly baked Christmas goods. So he was very happy, and I think he will taste great, as I said. So yeah, I promise I can bake. It just failed a little bit this time. But it's okay. It's okay. We had fun. And as for the audiobook, I am enjoying it so far. I haven't gotten that far into it, obviously, but there are parts that I didn't remember from the movie, or maybe it's not in the movie. I have no idea. But I am intrigued, so I'm excited to continue that. And it's not a super long audiobook if you listen to it on 2 times speed, which I always do. So I'm excited to continue that, so I will update you guys throughout Bookmas about that one as well. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for watching this video. Thank you for tuning in. Please hit the subscribe button if you want to watch the rest of my Bookmas content. I'm posting every other day until Christmas, and then after that, obviously, I have some end of year content as well. So don't forget to do that, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.